What's a secret your closest friends don't know about you? Sometimes after we all hang out I'll make a mental note that I don't want to hang out with them anymore. Then after a few days pass and one of them reaches out and our friendship continues as it always has until I make the same mental note a few weeks or months later. This has been going on for years and honestly we all have a great friendship. I have no idea why I do this, pensive face. That I'm very sensitive and it's not rare for them to make me cry. I'm very insecure about a couple of things and have one major regret. I've never really mentioned how much these things affect me, so I know they have no ill intentions, but sometimes when everyone is joking around someone will hit the wrong spot and my night is basically just immediately ruined. I genuinely almost offed myself a few times. During this past year, I was at my absolute lowest and I felt like they abandoned me. They said every time they spoke to me it was only about the negative points in my life. I wonder if now they realize that's because that was all there was for me. Almost like I was on the edge of a cliff about to jump off. That when we were in high school, two of my friend's older sisters were fooling around with me. They were in college and would call me and pick me up in the car. Both knew each other, so I did not know if they ever spoke about us. One would drive to a park and the other loved going to the Comac Motor Inn on Long Island. Great 2 years. When I was 18 I made it to second base with a very good friend's mom. Everyone was hammered after a Christmas party and passed out where they could. I went into the guest house and his mom was asleep in bed. I went to the couch and she said I could get into the bed if I want. We messed around a bit and it was never spoken of again. Honestly, that I've been self-harming. Not in the typical way I would, but in other ways. Not showering, eating properly, taking my meds, etc. This year has really sucked, and I'm not keeping afloat the way I'd like. I have 3 names: my legal name, my nickname substantially different from my legal name, and the name I internally refer to myself as. None of them know of the third name, or that there even is a third name. Depression is overtaking my life. Therapy and meds aren't helping and I feel like a burden when talking to anyone about it. I feel like a failure as a single dad and know I'll be alone for the rest of my life. I'm about to be jobless in 2 months, when I'll turn 31. All this while I'm finding a bride for an arranged marriage. Life's going down the drain pretty fast and it's stressing me like never before. Persevering face. That I love to belt out Simon and Garfunkel songs in the shower. I have a waterproof Bluetooth speaker and love singing Artie's high harmonies. I'll take this secret with me to my grave. How often I resist the urge to scare them. I love scaring people. Always have, always will. Now, a moment of silence for all the times I scared my mom throughout childhood. Folded hands. I enjoy gay porn fairly regularly. I am married and find women insanely attractive, but if I found myself newly single I'm unsure if I'd sleep with a man or a woman first. My wife is pregnant but we are waiting to tell everyone. We will tell them after our first week scan. 13 weeks, 1 week to go and I want to tell everyone so bad how much money I have from crypto. The only one who knows any numbers is my wife. I told this bitches to buy $200 worth of Bitcoin in 2010 and they didn't listen. I like curvy women. Sometimes this includes fat women. This preference is apparently highly unpopular and I don't feel like having to justify it, so I keep quiet. I'm a submissive guy who wants to serve some dominant women. I'm depressed, introverted, disappointed in them, embarrassed cause of them. My wife and I secretly got married at the courthouse 4 months before our wedding. Our families don't even know that one. Right, cause I'll say that on Reddit so it's on a clickbait site like BuzzFeed in 2 days? Nope. Only one of my friends knows the real reason my marriage ended. I consider him more brother than anything else. They know everything about me, or had happened to me, everything. Even things my late mother didn't know. I may seem like the life of the party but I really need space, like lot of space. Still love them though. That the reason my husband and I aren't getting a divorce is because we haven't had sex in 7 years. That I got his sister's number back in college and used to chill with her. He still has no idea that I was incarcerated from a significant portion of my teenage years into my mid-20s. Here's a tip: if I won't tell them, I'm not going to post it on the internet, either. Living in CA I feel like I have to hide my political views from a lot of my friends. I know they have an eating disorder and that they would rather die than to admit it. I like to wrap myself in bubble wrap and play UPS package on the weekends. How horrible my ex was. I literally can't bring myself to tell them that my mom died last year on Christmas. Still haven't said anything. I absolutely hate his brother with a passion. He thinks I like him. I used to have PP energy, but now I have BDE big dick energy. I've been plotting for the destruction of the universe,